morning everybody. We're in a new location today. Just the Peaky's out and we've got Kirsty and Michael just pulling up. We're out in Bridgenorth, so we thought we'd come and give this a try. It's a beautiful area, absolutely beautiful. Glenn's here, he's just got the drone up at the moment, filming. Hello! So, first row of the magnets already in. We'll get back to you shortly. Oh look! I got the first Peaky spoon of the day. Oh, and so it begins. Got something there that's an unusual shape that Glenn will like to clean up. Not sure what that is, but it looks interesting.
So I've just had a pair of scissors, but I've got one of the scissors, so I've got a seize. I've got a seize, Steve. I've got a seize. And we've also got a little fishing, feeding thing. So yeah, I'll chuck that down there. So just had that piece there, guys. Already I'm finding a piece of crud that I want to potentially take home and keep. So that's the first piece. Looks like a little a whale's tail. What you got?
I don't know. Again, another interesting crudded up piece that needs cleaning up.
Let's feel the weight of that. Oh, it's an interesting piece. It's got some. See, I was going to say at first, guys, that was a nail, just crudded up. But to be fair, it's quite heavy on the end, so that could be. That could be anything, couldn't it? Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's a pair of scissors.
Are you sure?
I bet that's a pair of scissors.
Very crudded up, isn't it? Have you got your tapping hammer?
I have. I'll tap it off in a minute.
Be professional then.
Oh yeah, we'll be professional. Wait till Mr. Fox comes with Stanley.
Hello, how are you all? Got a little tape measure.
So I've got this little piece of, like, I think it's probably a piece of slag iron, but I'm going to take it back because it seems a bit man-made at the top there. You never know, do you? Check your crud. It's slag. And also, I found a piece of pot. If you can see there, this is metal pot, cast iron. So if you can see there, there's a rim. And if you can see that would have been quite a decent sized pot, that would have been, if you follow the circumference round. So, yeah, I mean, that could be, you don't know, it could be mega old. Clean it off later and have a look.
We don't want to bore you guys all the time with some of the rubbish that we find. Although I've just found the other half of Glenn's scissors. There's some interesting bits and pieces coming up. Don't know if you can see that, guys, but it's another one. Glenn's going to be doing some cleaning up this week. That's intriguing.
Well, there really is some interesting bits coming up, guys. If you look at that piece there, look. That's got something in that piece of crud. It could be a spam key now in my look. But, there you go. There's a tiny little belt buckle. Maybe early Victorian, I'd say. Going by the size of it. But look at that. That is tiny.
I've actually had a spam key already.
What's that?
It's an old gate handle.
You can't handle it, Steve.
That is an old one, that. Got an old coin here. Looks too big to be a 5p piece, but I think it needs a clean. Glenn's got something by the sounds of it. No! He's done it again. He's done it again.
There we go, guys. You don't call me the Cannonball King for nothing, do they? Amongst other stuff at the corner. Get that?
You sound so.
A falconet?
Falconet, Saker. Looks like a Saker.
I'm going to go for falconet. There we go, guys.
Wow.
And that was right in the edge as well, so whoever's been in was missed that one.
That's not fair.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Let's have a look at the condition of it.
Jumper's coming off.
Let's hope it's not a bedpost knob.
Jumper's coming off. I'm in business now.
Now that is a cannonball. There you go. Boom. Oh, he's left me hanging.
Who got that? That's the first ever tape measure I ever bought when I first left school and went into labouring.
Do you think it measures up to my last find?
That's literally antique now.
I've looked at it, it's imperial or not.
When I first left school and I went to college to do to serve my apprenticeship, I had to put together my toolbox, my first ever toolbox, and that was my first ever magnet, one of them. First ever magnet, first ever tape measure. Yeah, it's lethal.
Look at that. You might that up, you again. That's why you don't jump off bridges. Look at that. That is lethal. That is just a piece of bar that's obviously been attacked by the flow of the river. It's made that rise ashore.
Got the remains of a really old spanner. But again, the water's flowing that fast, it's eroding it already. And they take some eroding, they do.
I've just had that piece of scrap. But look at this. The tiniest piece of toy car.
Oh God, yeah.
Look at that.
That's an old one, I know, that's an old leg car.
Look at that.
That's Nicola size. Thought it was a battle axe, but it's not. It's just part of a shovel. We're also having to do a lot of what we call rock rolling. It's where you throw your magnets out because it's a very stony bottom. Pull the magnet in slowly and roll the rocks over so that you can find what's underneath them.
Have a little piece there. I know what Steve's going to say that is.
Flange.
There you go. Right, we'll clean it just in case. In case it's not a flange.
It's a flange.
Right, couple of things to show you. We got one to tap the crud off, you know, and a little floral thing. Might take that back, you know, use it on something. So, don't know what it would have been off. But I've got a knife, and I'm not sure if that's a clasp knife, but
ooh,
it seems
it's not a clasp, no, but it is a wartime era.
Is it?
Penknife, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's an old one. So, sorry, some Vespers going past. Here we go. Lots of Vespers.
Scooter boys and the hair dryers.
Yeah, scooter boys.
It's all the hair dryer gang.
Yeah. But yeah, Glenn will enjoy cleaning that.
I've got another half a pair of scissors, or a sizz. That's an interesting piece because it's actually blacksmith made. Bit of bar stock, and that's been hammered flat out. So I'm not sure what that is. Got the old bucket handle as well. We know they're Victorian.
There's some interesting bits on here.
Hey?
There's some interesting bits on here.
We've really got to check your crud, guys. This is how the magnets are coming up. You've got to check absolutely everything.
Huh?
What? Steam drain part?
No.
The railway's just up there.
So we've had a blow-off valve that leads to the whistle of a steam train.
It could do.
It could do.
They use them on central heating systems as well, but that looks an older one.
Look at my face. It's not off a central heating, it's off a steam train, Steve. Steve, it's off a steam train.
It's off Ivor. Ivor the engine.
Ivor the engine, boy. So we've got that. I'm going to keep it either way, it's off a steam engine.
If he blows, he blows.
If I blow, I blow. The whole street to know about it. I have a mother who is ill.
Shout out to Warsaw John.
Check him out, guys. We've got an old bell bottle. That could be World War II, we reckon. We had a very, very old nail, rose topped. That is hand forged, so that's going back some time. Not something God keep. Then I've had that piece there, and Steve reckoned he could see a crest, but
I wasn't sure.
there's nothing on it.
Yeah, it's just a modern one, that.
I've got a modern key. I've got a 400-year-old cannonball, so I'm not too fussed. Anyway, there's also
Victorian gate hinge.
Victorian gate hinge.
And I've got a flower for Marie. There you are, Marie. That's just for you.
You
Oh,
smoothie.
thank you.
No, it's to help keep the wasps away from me. If you don't know, Marie went to put a boot on this morning in the living room. Ooh, what's that? She took the boot back off and it was a big piece of onion in her boot.
Can you smell onions?
Yeah, oh, I can smell cheese and onion.
Oh, always lose the tin. Found some medieval aerial wire for it's called the Wi-Fi of the day, the Wi-Fi.
So you can get jousting TV.
Jousting TV. But the only thing that isn't on there now, isn't it?
Well, I've just pulled that out from by the bridge. And,
An old singer.
yeah, it's an old singer, but I had pulled. Oh, I had pulled that out, and I thought, well, that looks like it's something, if you know what I mean. And I think it's come off that, to be honest.
I found another part of an old singer, Marie. Yeah. Sing, Steve.
No.
I was just saying to Glenn that
Yeah.
somebody on Facebook, I can't remember who it is, collects these and turns them into model cars and tractors, and he does a fantastic job on them as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Some people have got a brilliant imagination at night. They can turn anything into anything.
This one's a bit far gone for it, but I forget who it is, but if you look for Singer model cars, Singer sewing machine cars on Facebook, you'll see what I mean, and they look incredible.
Wow.
Can you darn me socks now?
No. Terry Rosberg, an artist in Reunion Island, manufactures these cars with old Singer sewing machines, giving new life to them, which are very often destined for scrap. What amazing work.
Shift your scrap.
What is it? Oh, is it just scrap?
It's a
Oh,
weird kind of fence pin. That is weird.
what?
Look at that. I don't know what that is.
It's like the shape of, I don't know.
Unless it could be a part of the old bridge. The new railings have gone up, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
that's
hefty piece, that.
That's weird. Comment below, guys, if you think
If you know what
you
it
can
is.
identify it.
Is that a musket shot?
Is that a thingy bell? A cocoa bell?
Oh, it is a bell,
It is?
yeah. It is a little bell.
What do they call them? Cottle? So Marie's found, I don't know whether they call it a cottle bell, being this size, but it's a small bell. It could be off anything. It could be off falconry, it could be off a cat or a dog.
Ding.
Ding dong. But yeah, small bell. I think it's a small bell anyway. But yeah, we'll take that back and we'll be very careful with that. Try and clean it up and see.
Yeah, it could
I'm
be
going to
old.
ask somebody about this actually. I know somebody who'll know about
Could
that.
be very old, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Good on you, Marie.
So I'll give you a little bit of history on the area. This is Bridgnorth. I don't know whether you can remember a few years ago when we had the major flooding in this country, but Bridgnorth was very seriously hit. And the pub right behind us, which you'll probably see later in the video, was nearly washed out. They had to have helicopters rescuing people here. The bridge itself just here dates back to the early 900s. So there is a lot of history in this area.
The historic riverside town of Bridgnorth nestles comfortably into the Severn Valley. It was named after a bridge, or Bruges as it was known in Saxon times, that spanned the river. We think going back to the 9th century, Ethelfled, who was trying to defend her kingdom of Mercia, put up a fortification in Bridgnorth, and obviously she needed a crossing. So we imagine at the time the original bridge was a little bit further downstream, possibly 100 yards or so, roughly where the island is now. Later in the 13th century, an alternative crossing was built, which is in use today. Originally, it had a gatehouse, a debtor's prison and a chapel. The 1313 map shows the bridge to be built of stone. The east side of the bridge on the second pier was a protective gatehouse. The gatehouse was removed in 1801, by which time it was recorded as having been used as a prison. Many houses were built on the bridge, including a toll collector's cottage on the east side that was removed in 1912. On the south side of the bridge was the chapel of St Scythe, which was built between 1102 and 1108. The chapel came to an end with the dissolution of the friars in 1538. After much damage to the bridge by floods and alike over the years, the bridge was rebuilt and repaired in 1912.
So you've been fighting demons. I promise I will break the spell. You don't need that armor, even though you wear it well. Lower down the bridge and let me in, will you? You'll never get to know me from within, will you?
Yeah, it's down there in the tub. There could be an old button. I'll put it in my pocket. Magnet. Quite a strong magnet these are. There we go. It's normal muck really. That's an old knife blade. And bits of anything really. Most of it's junk.
Oh, well, thank you.
No problem at all.
Is that a tooth?
No. I don't know.
I wasn't sure because it's a weird shape.
Is it magnetic?
No, it was, well, no, it was just sort of stuck in the...
Stuck in the crud like. I don't know, bro.
I wasn't sure if that was a cattle tooth.
Oh, it could. Oh, yeah, it could be
They're
some
wide,
animal.
aren't they?
Yeah, could be like an animal too.
We've had that.
Oh, what's that?
I'm not sure what that is. It's a weird shape.
Oh, he's a weird shape.
Needs to tap off. I just wasn't sure about that, whether it was an animal tooth.
It looks like one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like an animal tooth I've seen, if I'm honest. It'd be a lot lighter than that.
Yeah. Just wasn't sure. I thought it was unusual for a sound.
Ooh.
Medieval.
Medieval bag. And a medieval 2p. Concrete rake, isn't there?
Don't know what that is. Is that one? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Two concrete breakers.
2 concrete rakes in one go. I don't know if she's recording now. Let's have a look at the sticker. Huh?
2 in 1 pole.
I don't know.
Don't know if you can see, but on the ridge there, where it sticks out, there seems to be some doors. What used to be doors. And see, can you see the steps? The steps coming down. Look how beautiful they are.
Just in case this camera on my hat hasn't picked it up, there's a knife, all crudded up.
Anyway, thank you.
There's could be a little button, we'll check it out. And looks like an old belt buckle from back in the day. There you go, little running joke between me and Kirsty and Michael, but I've actually got a new broom, so that is its first head and its first handle. Eee! It is new until I've used it, when the head will fall off into the river.
The Finds Roundup.
Hi guys, Peaky Dippers, thank you for joining the premiere tonight, and we went to Bridgenorth.
Beautiful.
It was a beautiful place. I've been to Bridgenorth many a times, but never to magnet fish the river. It was a lot shallower than we thought. We've done the magnet fishing on one side, and next week we've got a little bit of mudlarking from
We
Bridgenorth.
have.
Yeah.
And we've got a bit of mudlarking somewhere else as well.
Yes, we've had some nice little bits actually. But, so where we was magnet fishing, the water was probably 2 or 3 foot deep. As it went across the other side of the river, it went really shallow.
Yeah.
So that's where we mudlarked, was where it was shallow, obviously. But yeah, we had some nice little bits from the magnet fishing side of it anyway. And I've just identified one of the pieces by the patent number. So,
Show
we'll get onto it.
them what the first find was.
Well, always the same, isn't it?
Couldn't believe it.
A spoon. A spoon. Then we've had a lump of crud which I've tapped off, and it's actually a piece of bike chain off an old push bike. I found this, but going by that there, that is just a crudded up nail. Always check your crud. I always check my crud. Always check your crud.
And it's paid off in the past.
I've brought lumps back, and obviously things I'm inside, so always check it. Like this. This was a big lump of crud, and it's an old nail. And that is a roll top nail, so that could be potentially very old. You can never really tell how old, but you got to remember back in the day when blacksmiths, everything was done by hand.
You probably, if you looked into it, you probably could, you know, date them. But
I've had that many nails in the past, and I'd be there forever. Marie found a little bell. We thought it was a very old bell at one point. I forgot what they call them now. Is it cottle bell or something like that? But it's not. I think it's just an old falconry bell. It's got no patterning on it. It's got a slight brass coating underneath.
there's so many different little bells out there.
Yeah, and it could just be off a little cat. It could be off a dog. It could be a falconry bell. It could be anything. But there's not no markings on it, so I doubt it's one of them old-fashioned bells, because they usually got some nice markings on. I found an array. Oh my god, I might as well show this. Leather knife. Which...
Oh, where's my penknife actually? Oh, is that?
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So that's that. I haven't tried to
is it
clean
all
it.
crudded up?
It's all crudded up. I don't think we can rescue that. I will try, and if I do try, then I'll try and stick it on the end of this video.
A little bit far gone, isn't it?
I don't think it's gonna last. Yes, I had an array of belt buckles from there, which was weird.
See it?
So I'll show you the smallest one first, which is that little beauty there. Look.
That's so tiny.
Yeah. Then we had this one.
Again, the belt buttles can go.
Buckles. Not buttles.
Buttles. It's a running joke. I say buttles, and it's buckles. But
Yeah. That one's quite ornate, so that could be potentially quite old as well. Beautiful little belt buckle. But again, I mean, you try to clean the fault a bit. So, and then we've had this one here, which is look at that one. Yeah, it's got like the roller part there where the latch goes onto. I can actually picture that being new because I've got a belt myself. It's very similar.
it's mad that there was lots of buckles coming out that day.
Yeah, it's just belt buckle alley, wasn't it? Right, now this piece here is a brass piece, and we pulled it up with this metal here.
Is it off a steam train?
No, unfortunately not. So, I don't know if you'll pick this up on the camera, but on this lever here, on this brass lever, which should be straight and it's being bent, there's a patent number, so I'll put the patent number into Google. I think Google a great thing. So we was hoping it was going to be off a blow-off valve off a steam train or something like that, because brass is obviously for water, steam and oil and stuff like that, whereas gas pipes could be really thick cast iron, so you know. But obviously this is brass, and we put the patent number in, and don't get me wrong, it didn't disappoint if I'd have found the whole thing. I'm just going to get my phone and I'll show you what it is. So, that there, is that there? And it is off an old Castrol vintage, off a vintage huge Castrol tin, motor oil tin, 5 gallon tin, I think it's going to say.
What? Is that the price of that or the tin?
That's the price of it stuck to the tin, unfortunately. So that's probably worth what, £71.99? That's probably worth 99
Oh, my
pence.
camera's gone a little bit dark now.
That's worth 99 pence perhaps, but yeah. So, if you do find something with a patent number on, go into Google, put the patent number in, go onto images, and it usually comes up with what you have got. Unfortunately,
That's better.
piece
Sorry,
of
my
grass.
camera had gone dark because I was looking at the phone.
But the best find of the day, I believe, and I had it, and I couldn't believe it was on the bottom of the magnet. I thought, no, not another.
Can't take you anywhere.
I'm running out of room now. And I think people are going to know what it is before I've even told them.
What does Glenn always find?
Balls. And I had that. I've cleaned it up quite well actually. I've rolled it along the concrete as you do with a cannonball to take off all the crudding. And this size is a falconet. So the falconet is a beautiful, beautiful cannon gun. And these can go back, you can see the seam, look, see the seam?
Yeah.
And these can go back to the 1600s, up to the 1800s.
Another amazing piece of history.
Yeah, very awkward to date because the falconet did run for quite a few couple hundred years. So, very awkward to date. It could be an 1800 one, it could be a 1500 one. That's the trouble. But nevertheless, it's another ball towards my collection, and I'm over the moon with it. So, I like when I've showed the finds because I can go rubbish, rubbish, rubbish into the scrap, and all the finds I like go into my little collections. So I'm over the moon with that. That was find of the day for me, personally. Happy, happy, happy. There we go. So, shall I tell them, Maria?
What?
Shall I tell them about our little bit of news?
I'm not sure.
Maria's looking at me going. About things that are going to come towards the mudlarking side of stuff?
No, we'll leave it for later.
Oh, it's going to bump them. So, all I'll say is we've got something we're going to try. We've got a product we're going to try. And it's going to come in for the mudlarking of the rivers. It's going to come in for shallow water, deep water. And that's all I'm saying. But it's going to be really
You'll see
good.
it soon.
Yeah, you'll see it soon. So yeah, so that's well, you'll see what that is, isn't it?
We've got lots of news coming up, haven't we?
We've got some big news coming up, as I keep saying to you. I've got to pick the right week to do it. We've got the collab coming this weekend, and next weekend we've got something else to do. I can't wait. So we're getting there. We've got bookings into places and different things, and we're just excited. So we've got things laid out. It's not where we used to be like, where are we going the weekend, and wondering where we're going at the last minute. The next 3 weeks, it's down on paper.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, so thank you ever so much, guys, for listening to me babble on, and thank you for appreciating some of the finds. Because I know some of you guys love the buckles, some of you will love the cannonball. Some will always say that you found another spoon. And
if you can, please share.
Yeah, definitely. Please share the video, like it, subscribe if you're not subscribed, obviously. And that way then, if there's any competitions coming up or giveaways, then you'll see them as they happen.
We'll get some more going soon again, won't we?
Yeah. Thursday, it's alright. So yes, Sunday's the collab, so I won't see you till the collab now. If you come into the collab, drive safe, and we'll see you there.
We'll do some lives.
It's £1 entry for adults, and it's free entry for kids, for children. We're going to do a live for the foreign international people, so they can see what's going on the day. I'll probably try and do 2 or 3 lives that day on the Sunday, but of course we'll be missing a video. So the mudlarking side of this video, we're going to fill the gap in, aren't we?
Well, it'll be next Thursday.
Yeah, so thank you guys, big love, by order of the Peaky Dippers. I shall see you soon.